Hello. Happy
Hello.
December.
Woo, it's going to be over before you know it, and
Hi,
it's just
happy
I know.
starting.
December.
It's crazy.
It's
So
already snowing
So,
and everything here.
yeah,
I
today we're talking
know.
about the 50-year mortgage. This
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
so I think
How are
was it like early November there was like kind of rumblings of this, and there's always been like lenders that have had a product like this. So it's not like brand spanking new for
Yeah.
everybody. But what hasn't been like really out there. So we talked a little earlier
yeah.
and just realized, I mean, we don't and I've talked to many lenders and other agents and like everybody, I mean, there's people are on both sides of this. So we're gonna, yeah, go ahead, Laura. Tell us why
Oh,
you
my
think
lights, the lights in the room I'm in just went out. Is it really dark?
no, I can see you, but it's dark behind
Why did
you.
they go up?
Yeah, it's the sensor.
Hold on.
Okay. I had a doctor's
There you go.
appointment and that happened to me. I sat in the room so long that the lights went out. I was like,
Wow.
That's so
did they close?
funny.
Okay. So what do you think, Laura,
Oh yeah, that's
from
right.
a lender
Okay, so
perspective?
it's interesting to me because I've been in the industry for 25 years and there is so much controversy around this, and it's not even a loan yet, guys. Like, just go online to social media and start reading everybody's comments. It's almost like a
Yeah.
political issue. Like,
Uh-huh.
like, and there's both sides. There's two different sides to it. There's no right and wrong. We were discussing this earlier. The
Yeah.
50-year
Well,
mortgage is not a
I
mortgage
think
yet.
I think that you hit it right on the head. Why there's so much controversy online about it is because it was put out there as a political pawn. It
True.
was put out there as
Right.
Donald Trump came up with this 50-year mortgage. And so I
Yes.
think that sent people that love him into like, oh my God, he's so amazing. And the people that don't love him into like, he's a bonehead. This is an idiot idea. So I
Yeah.
think that because it was presented in a way that it was all his idea, which is not true, but
Right.
I think that caused so much like social media like craze about it because I
Yeah.
see it all over too. So okay,
Yeah.
that was all. Go, carry on.
No, and that's a great point. A totally great point. It's not even a mortgage yet, so let's not freak out over it. And let's actually talk about what we have right now. Do you know that there's a 40-year mortgage out there? Like, how far off is that from the 50-year? And nobody's
Right.
talking about the 40-year mortgage. We have that right now accessible to us. Do we use it
Right.
often? No, we don't.
No.
And that's how I look at the 50-year. It's going to be used in very special circumstances where maybe, the borrowers have strong credit or they have a lot of different pluses, but they're just missing that window in debt to income ratios. The debt to
Right.
income ratios are too high. We need somehow to get this monthly payment down to get them into the home. So these types of products are going to be case by case with a very strong plan to get them out of that mortgage. Like, clear plan, let's refinance you in a year. And again, even that, you have to look at it to make sure that you're not going to put somebody and get them stuck in the mortgage where they can't get out in a year, right?
Right.
You have to make sure that they're going to hold up their end of the bargain, that they have strong enough credit to get themselves out, or do they have a spouse that's going to be re-entering the workforce again, whatever it might be. So
Mhm.
what are the pros? We talked about this off air. The pros of it: lower monthly payment to get
Yeah.
somebody into the mortgage. What else? Allows more people to buy, right? Home ownership for everybody. Everybody should have the chance at home ownership. The cons,
Yeah.
obviously, they're going to be higher interest rates. It's going to be more interest over the life of the loan. It's going to be slower building equity. But I'm going to touch on your point, Danielle. People use mortgages based on life events.
Mm-hmm.
We're lucky if you're in a mortgage for 3 to 7 years. So you're going to buy your house, you're going to have your mortgage for year one, maybe year 2 or 3, you're going to refinance to a lower interest rate. Then you're going to refinance again, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years for a cash out, whether it's to pay off debt or it's to buy an investment property, utilize the equity in the home. Then you're going to sell the house and you're going to buy a bigger house because now your family has grown. And then you're going to start that process over again. You're going to refinance. Maybe you have kids entering college. It's cheaper to pull the equity out of the home than to take a student loan. So mortgages are life events, period. I don't know of anybody that's staying in a mortgage for 30 years, much less 40 or 50. So use it as your stepping stone. Work with somebody that knows the mortgage market well, that can guide you to do it safely, to use it as a stepping stone to become a homeowner.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I
that's good.
do,
That's great advice. Yep.
I don't love a 50-year mortgage, but I don't have a 30-year mortgage either. And I'm just never a fan of the 40-year mortgage.
Did
But
you
I
have
think
a
that,
30-year mortgage when you started?
no,
You didn't.
when I started in real estate,
No, when you started for your first home, at some point in your life, did you have a 30-year fixed
yes,
mortgage?
I had a 30-year mortgage.
Oh,
So I will say, like, I don't mind the 50-year for like financially responsible people, like people that like it is a life of like, I want to get in and like I have a goal. But I think there will be a percentage of agents and lenders. I'm not saying we're any of that, not in this room,
right.
but that will push this upon people and they aren't fiscally responsible or aren't
Right.
educated by their lender or their agent to understand, and they will just sit in this. They will sit
I
in this
agree.
until they're ready to buy their next house, and then someone's going to look and be like, you don't have any equity. If you want to sell and buy this bigger house, you're going to have to come to the table with some money because of this 50
Yes.
year. But like when it's like, okay, I could get my foot in the door, I can tweak
Yes.
my debt to income ratio and get in a better position, and let's kind of get ready as soon as the rates drop, do a refinance, and those people, then it's okay.
Yeah.
But I worry for the
Nobody
people
watched this
that
video.
I
You know.
worry for the people that are just so desperately want that home ownership and they see this as like
Yeah.
their last ditch effort, and they're going to sit
Yeah.
on this 50-year. And
Well,
I think
the difference. Oh, go ahead.
Know your
I
options.
I worry
Right. A lot of
because
people don't know their
again,
options.
yeah. So educate them,
Know your
understand like
options.
what it means. But I
Yeah.
worry. One agent had said, well, most people sell within 3 to 5 years. Well, that's not true. But I don't think somebody on a 50, if you get a 50-year now and you haven't refinanced, you better pray to God they don't call you to sell in 3 to 5 years because they're going to be probably upside down. Like, I mean, I even worry when I sell
Right.
to people, just the prices that we're seeing, like worries me. Like, oh my gosh, if these people have a life event and need to sell this home, I don't know that they can get what they paid for it. And then when you're talking about adding all these years on, it just, it
Right.
does make it a little scary. And
Well,
I
and this is
also
what
worry
I love.
about like the responsibility of somebody that, I have but every loan has their like limits. And we've always like, I mean, since I've been doing this, Laura's 25, I'm 20 years, there's always those clients we like squeeze them in and they're like
Yeah.
just getting that loan. And you worry about them too. You worry like
Right.
if they open one more credit card, they can't afford this mortgage and they'll be calling me
Right.
because they can't make their payment. So I worry about that more with the people that, they can't get into the market. And then, somebody said, well, it makes it more people can come to market. So what happens when more buyers come to market? Like our inventory is already low. So now you've taken something that was already unaffordable and very unattainable, even at a 30-year or 40-year mortgage.
Mhm.
You flooded the market with these buyers with this 50-year, and now the prices of homes go up. So now it didn't make it very affordable because the prices went up because more people. So
Yeah.
these are things I've seen, again, like seeing an agent post how she thinks it's great because they can get their foot in the door. But then she said something about, but you better hurry because, the market's going to implode if more people come to market. So it's like, it's kind of, you just said the opposite thing. Like you said, it's going to be so great, but
Yes.
it could hurt you. So I guess
And
in
honestly,
certain
I don't.
situations, in certain situations, I think it's going to be fine. Again, having the right lender and the right agent so they really understand what they're getting into. I mean, people have been buying cars and pushing that out 8, 7 years, and then you look and see what you're paying when you're done. And we don't hold on to our cars, but what happens when we turn that car in? We're always upside down, always upside down because you set yourself up to be upside down from the get-go. And no, we don't refinance cars like we do homes. So I think it's being educated,
No, you don't.
realizing and having a good lender. Like, I mean, Laura's gonna, as soon as those rate drops, I guarantee she has a spreadsheet of people that she's like, I need to call these people and this is their time to refi. Where
Yeah.
there's not everybody's like that. So make sure you have somebody that can like really help you out. And I think it should be a last resort to have you exhausted all your possibilities. Have we talked about like, if you pay this off or tweak this, we can get you.
Yeah.
Because it's,
You know what, though? This is the good, the bad, and the ugly of real estate. And you just totally hit everything. Like, this is what everybody listening right now should focus on, is the fact that we're even having this conversation, showing, I mean, there's a big ethics side to this industry. And these are the things that go through our minds as a real estate agent and a loan officer. You need somebody that actually cares about your scenario, about, we're not just going to put you into a home to get into a home. We have to be comfortable with knowing that you're going to be a successful homeowner. So,
yes, I agree.
Yep.
So the long and short is, I mean, I'm not going to tell you don't do it. I think
really
if you've
don't think it'll
exhausted
be
all possibilities and you know what you're biting off and you have a plan of attack moving into year 2, year 3, year 5, and you realize that if you're like life situations happen, if you have a life situation happen and you're still sitting in that 50-year mortgage and you need to sell in 3 years, you're probably not making any money as long as you know these things going in. Cause I mean, I've sold people's houses and I'm like, you paid what? Like, how do you owe so much? Like you didn't put anything down. Like, and it's like, and you paid this for that house and, no one should have let you pay this for that house. And it's,
well,
but your situation changes.
Before we leave. There's one thing, let's touch on that because you did bring something else really good up. I really don't think it's going to be used a lot. Again, we have a 40-year fixed mortgage. I've never used it. There's so many different ways that if a loan officer is good enough, they can look at your whole, if we're down to barely making debt to income ratios for you to qualify, there's other things that we can look at to make sure that you can qualify instead of reverting to a 40-year or the 50-year, right? The better conversation to have is people need to start bringing down also what they think they can afford in a home. So lower your sales price if you need to. Like, there's first-time home buyers that are buying $600 and $1 million homes. Bring that down. Why don't we have that discussion and start living more within your means that you can afford your home and afford to start saving, putting money in savings instead of living.
That's true. And it's all about education. It comes down to budgeting, education, having a plan. It's definitely easier when you have a plan. So get the right people by you. I mean, I don't think it's not horrible. I think it's going to be case by case. And that's kind of how I felt when it first came out, is like, for the few select people, this is an option. Like or, look at the people that have, are just hired into a new position and they, and you're on like okay, this is my start pay, but in a year, I'm going to be making X. In 2 years, I'm going to be making X. And you set these, so.
Well, look how far the market has come. I think, what was it, in 2004? There was how you touched on, you're just afraid of all these people going into this product. There's always bad actors in any industry. Back then, there was the pick-a-pay mortgage product where you had 4 different mortgage options on your mortgage to pay. You could pay the one that added negative interest, right, to your loan, negative amortization. Then it was the interest-only product, the 30-year fixed payment, or the 15. By human nature, so many people were paying that, not even interest-only payment, and they ended up totally upside down.
Yeah.
And there was one company in Wisconsin, I'm not even going to name it, but that's all they did was put borrowers into that mortgage product. Horrible. So I mean, the
Crazy.
market crashed, and those bad actors, for the most part, are off doing something else. You know, just be smart about who you choose to represent you, because they're
Right.
out there.
Yes. And we'd love to talk about it. And
We're
if you
here
want
for
to see what your
you.
numbers look like with a 15, a 10, a 20, a 30, a 60, just kidding. Your
100
mortgage.
years.
Yeah. Hit Laura up. I did see
No,
one,
we're here
like
for you.
one
Our
agent did
calendar
a
for
video
December
about
is
it,
out, so
and they joked about, we do have a 50-year mortgage. It's called rent. Just be a
Yeah.
renter then. I was like, well, no, that's not true, but it was funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to December. We're looking forward to it. Rounding out the year, we'll talk about some, ways to save around the holidays, some resolutions going into 26. So we're here to help.
yeah.
So if you are looking to get into the market,
Ooh, yeah.
And maybe a 50-year sounds scary to you, get in touch with Laura, get a plan of attack, because it
Don't
might look
just use
scary
the
now
first
on year
guy who's
one.
gonna approve you either. If it's too
Yeah.
quick, it's most likely not right. So,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Agree.
just sitting in the dark over here, guys.
Yeah.
I can't get the
I
lights
Well,
just
in
we'll
the
let you go
been
turn
on
on the
a while,
lights.
but everyone have a great rest of your week. We will see you next week for the holiday.
Something.
How can you spend in the holidays if you got a mortgage coming up? But be friendly with
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So
Saving some money, cost-effective
yeah.
things. Okay.
Thanks,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye.
She's gone. Bye.